So- oh man. Waiting for people to jump back into the chat. Oh man. What a life, right? What a life. I'll have to wait a minute or two for everyone to jump back in again. Oh man. Come back to me. Can't you see? I'm waiting on these people. All right, you're back. Welcome back. All right. Wife was trying to message me a couple times and finally started calling me. I'm thinking she's not going to stop until I answer or respond. So that was quick. Yeah, because usually what happens is, as a content creator, right? Usually you will tell your significant other or your partner, Old Faithful's here. Awesome. Welcome. As a content creator, when you do these videos, it's all set up right. You got your smoke and your lights and your microphone, and you got to make sure you got the right hat on and you got your glasses. And then the other thing is, you tell your partner or your significant other, hey, I'm gonna go live. So if you come over here and you see me moving my gums, um, don't walk up on me. Make sure you use my code name Red. So she was kidnapped, LOL. And so usually that's how I do. I'll say, hey, I'm gonna go live. If you come up, just say Red. Don't say my name. Don't start yapping away. Motion to me, and then I'll be like, hold on, I'll be right back. And then sometimes I just jump on here and I don't tell her. And then she's calling me and texting me. I'm like, what do you want? I'm like, put two and two together. Put two and two together. So, anyway, welcome back. Yeah, I was talking about the whole Biden thing, about this whole. I heard a YouTube video, and then I saw an article where it said that they're wanting to create safe spaces for drug addicts. And I'm just like, I get it. People are going to use regardless. Drugs are drugs. People are going to do what they're going to do, but um, how about help fix the problem, not enable people? And I hate the idea that people use drugs. I really do, because it destroys families. And I'm not talking about the Mary Jane, the cigar weed stuff. I mean, you do that. That's on you, right? I'm talking about like people that get addicted to like heavy hard drugs. Like it just, I hate that. I hate seeing that. What's up, Daniel? I saw you, brother. So just rambling here. Just thought I'd jump on for a little bit and stuff. So, any of y'all see Bizza Rizza Jizza debut on Gray Man Preppin'? I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of Bizza. I met Bizza through, we kind of back in the day, we kind of ran in circles of people, friends. This is back when the 2A community was a lot bigger and more known here on YouTube, right? A lot of those channels have gone now. That's what I said. Why not spend on wasting on trying to exactly try to help these people out, not enable them and just keep them on drugs. But when something makes sense, the government goes south. you know, it's almost like pharmaceutical trying to come out with a cure for and end the drugs or end illnesses, right? It's almost like keep you on the drugs so you will have income. So I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but you know what I mean. And Bizza Rizza Jizza used to be on Hype Hibernius and or Irish, um, his chat a lot, and we kind of cross paths that way. Plus some other friends we knew. Anyway, I'm proud of him because for the longest time he did not want to show his face. He didn't want to get in front of the camera. I was like, dude, just do a video. You can do it. So, and I was on, well, just make a video. Don't show your face. And then he did, and then it kind of took off from there. But I'm sure it was good for a lot of people because I've seen him. I mean, I've talked to him, messaged him, FaceTime and whatever. So I mean, I knew what he looked like already, and it's amazing, right? It's amazing how sometimes, and actually, I did two videos last night. I didn't upload. I uploaded them, but I didn't release them, right? And I'll talk about those here in just a second. I'm gonna leading from this story, but I'm proud of him. Yeah, Biz is kind of ugly. Yeah, Bizza Rizza Jizza. Yeah, and actually, he's lost a lot of weight. He used to be a big dude, man. He used to be a big guy. I'm not saying I'm skinny, but I'm not big either. Yeah, I have to go. Yeah, he gave you the credit. I know. I didn't expect that. And in fact, kind of behind the scenes, I was kind of telling him, hey, I was texting him saying, hey, are you ready? Make sure you have a microphone because some people can't hear the audio, and just stay calm, stay cool, be yourself. You know, uh, you know the you know the weight and the pressure is on the host. So let him ask you the questions. You answer them just naturally. Not once did we talk about or did I ask him, hey, can you please say my name, Red October? I never asked him. I didn't anticipate him saying it. So that was cool of him. And I know he mentioned it a couple times. I was like, oh, appreciate it, buddy. So, and of course, other people are like, who's Red October? So, but yeah, a long time ago, I used to kid around, and I told people way back before all you people joined me, um, that I don't want my channel to grow. I said when I hit 1,000, I'm shutting my channel down, and that's why he was kidding. He said Red's gonna get me, he'll kill me, but he always says he wants to stay a small channel. So, but the fact that he remembered that, so it was kind of funny. But my video last night, my two videos, I'll kind of go into them here, and that was just it is a it's funny how life is, right? Because every one of us, all of us, at some point in your life, you had. Let me turn this down to make sure. At some point in your life, you had a dream, you had a vision, you had direction, you had a goal. Like this is what I want to do with my life. This is where I want to be. I want to be an owner. I want to be a pilot, a nurse. I want to be a boss, whatever the case may be. Maybe a housewife, maybe a stay at home husband. I don't know. But at some point, we all had that dream, right? And and sometimes you find yourself on the path of like hustling, like just busting your ass, working, 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 and you just never get to your goal. And the best way for me to explain this is, um, I love this movie. It's a classic, A Christmas Story. Or is that right? With black and white. Is that right? What is his name? Come on, somebody knows. Uh, where every time you hear a ring, an angel gets his wings or something, a bell or something. I think it's A Christmas Story, right? Or am I thinking about something else? It's a wonderful. Somebody put the comment on there because I can't stop this to go check unless I go run inside and check the laptop. Someone's gonna think of the movie, but it may. I want to say It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Christmas. Black and white. It's a classic. Don't make me run inside, guys. Somebody knows it. One of you old guys in there. Come on now. I won't say old ladies, but the old guys. Come on. It's a Wonderful Life. There you go. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, Daniel. It always reminds me of that. Dude jumps off a bridge. Yes, classic. I love that movie. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting soft, but the story behind that is everyone's jumping in. Appreciate it. If you pay attention to that story, if you pay attention to that story, no, you're not, Daniel. You're young. I'm older than you. If you pay attention to that story, you realize that the purpose was not for him to fulfill his own life, but for him to fulfill and help other people along the way. And at the end of his, sort of say, at the end of the story, right, everyone that he helped ended up helping him back like 10 times fold. And that was my thought last night. I was thinking about how some of us have been on YouTube for a long time, right? And some of us have, we put out content. Like every day I put up content, right? Content. Um, is it the best? Could it be better? Could I have a green screen? You know, there's always going to be a judge of that, right? But the fact is, I put out videos daily. At least I try to. I try to put it informative. I try to mix it up, this and that, right? And then you have some people that put out videos every once in a while. And I'll use Bizza in this instance here. I'm not talking bad about him. And yet, the one who puts out the videos every day, every day, every day, Bizza put him out here and there, never shows his face. I'm not taking away his story, but his thing just shot up, right? Got popular. Somebody recommended it. I mean, it takes that one person, right? Hey, what's up, Wizard? I didn't forget about you, brother. I saw you pop in there. I was just trying to finish because otherwise I go squirrel. But the thing is, it's funny, and my journey here is I've seen so many channels where like, 100, 100, 500, Lucky Dame, look, Lucky Dame, gets one shot out, channel gets up to the 1,000 plus, and popular, and people jump in her live, and it's because you know people like the character. That, I mean, not the character, but the person, right? Entertaining, or just whatever it is. That's certain thing that people are just drawn to them, right? Plenty of channels like that here, right? And so sometimes I reflect on that. I'm thinking, okay, what am I doing wrong? And it's like, it's not that I'm doing something wrong. Maybe that's just not my journey. That's not the path that I'm on. It's not meant to be. But I am meant to like help people along the way. I hope that that is the message here. And so I thought about that last night, and I did a video, and of course I uploaded, and then it took forever, and I was like, I ain't gonna release it. I'll just do it. But I thought about Bizza in that aspect. Like, I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. Hey Vanessa, how's it going? I'm listening to the wisdom, bro. you know. And sometimes you don't get your turn, right? You don't get the turn that you think you deserve. Every time I stop, I'm making videos, sub count goes up. Why? Right? The YouTube gods will show you the way. LOL. This is the way. So anyway, and it's not a complaint. This is more like observation, right? Because I see it all the time, thinking, why are they growing and I'm not? How do they get so lucky? So and so shot it out them, and last night was my moment, right, to kind of get the shot out from Bizza. So it's kind of like you help this guy get to where he's at. Of course, he did it on his own, and then he gets there and he's like, "Hey, I got you, Red." So I was like, "Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you." What is that? I can't even see that name. It just there's a black symbol and it says hi. Can anybody make that out? The YouTube gods will show you. So, and I think that that's part of just being humble. It's just realizing that maybe that's not the end result. Maybe that's not your story. So, and I'm cool with that if that's what it is. So, yeah. And the other thing is like secret stuff. I mean, you've been here for a while. I've been here for a while. Sometimes watching things from the sidelines is even funner, right? Because I'm like, we're still here. Like, there there isn't a name. Okay. Keep an eye on that one. YouTube is a search engine, second highest search. So words in the title describe. Yeah, and that's the thing. And I know you've given me that advice, secret stuff, and I'm very thankful. Um, I'm just not down with the playing the games. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to like, you gotta say it 3 times. You gotta put it in the subject line. You gotta say it 3 times and repeat it. And I can't do that, man. But it is what it is. So I'm having fun. I'm watching from the sidelines, It's funny to me sometimes to see these things go up and go down. So it's all good. Yeah. So how's everybody doing out there? Any topics you want to talk about? Anything pressing? Anything concerning? Um, I will tell you this real quick. Quick story. So the whole no spin thing. It's a lot harder, and I'm not going to go into like rocket science here, right? I'm working on spending more time with rotate no spin throwing, and it's not really actual no spin because it still turns at a quarter, right? But what happens is like, and there's different styles. I've seen people do like this, right? And I've seen people like throw sideways. But the idea is that when you're throwing, you're going to release at a 90-degree angle, always pointing up, right? And once you get to that 90 degree, naturally, without looking, because you're winding up like a baseball and you're just like letting that sucker go. And the people that have been doing it for years, it doesn't even look like it's going like this, and then that way. I mean, it just looks like it's like they're just winding up, and then it's like, I mean, that thing's just like, what the hell? Like, how do they do it? So there's like some really badass no spin knife throwers out there. I'm not one of them. But I am trying to do it because it is something different, and I want to. I see the comments. I'll go back up. I want to challenge myself and see if I can get this. I'm getting it, but mine are coming out all like, woo. And I'm like, I want them to go like a bullet. And the benefit of that is that you can pretty much throw it from any distance, given that your your projection of it and the power and the push so it's you're doing multiple things there. And so the idea again is you're winding it up like this, right? At 90 degrees, and then as you're releasing it, you're letting your fingers slide to counterweight because naturally when you throw things, they want to rotate, right? But when you do that and you release it at 90 degree, and it's a lot to think about because you're like, okay, go this way, wind it like a baseball, make sure you release it at 90 degree, and I'm looking at the target that way, so I have to remember all this, right? And so when you go like this, releasing it, right, start letting it go naturally, and then as it's going, you're like pushing this way so it counterweights this way. By the time it gets to the target, it sticks. It's not as easy as, as it sounds. So that's what I'm working on right now. So that's all I'm gonna say about that because I don't want to bore you guys. Let me go back up. Let's see. I have been watching the drama in a few communities, wondering why they bother. I don't know. Let's talk about that. Let me see. Yeah, why is the CZ so better than the Glock? I don't know, but Daniel, I've been eyeballing and pricing some of the CZs on Academy, and if I'm able to get one here in a couple of months, I might get me one. But then I'm also thinking, okay, well, I could buy me actually another Glock, and I could buy me some interchangeable magazines between the 19 and the 17, you know, or I can just upgrade my Glock, But yes, I have been watching. Okay, we'll go back to the drama here in a second. I found your channel. Been here ever since. Yeah, Vanessa, I think I remember you on TR Pepper's chat, right? I think that's where I met you from. Solar Storm just took out 40 of the muskets and oh really? If my grandma had wheels, she'd be a wagon, Scotty. Do some slow mo of throwing to see how you can do it better. I do secret stuff. Actually, the camera where I'm at, um, I have it in slow mode. So then I go back inside and I'm watching how I'm releasing it. So I'm studying it. I'm doing that. I'm just not putting all the videos on here. So um, let's see, PO1 Omega. That's it. I believe that is it, Daniel. The PO, and it's like 1500 dollars I think, and it's a blue one and a red one. Let's see. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate it. All right, look at some CZ's Monday. The Wizard. What happened, Wizard? Yes, a while back. Okay. And really, Kitty, what are you looking at? I'll be a while back. Yeah. So, okay. So let me go back to yeah, secret stuff. He was just saying a lot of yeah, the whole thing like that. there's pros and cons, right? And people have their reasons why they do what they do. Um, but part of it, like, I understand totally, because we are this is how we communicate, right? And some of us have email, some of us have each other's phone numbers. But to me, it's like when it gets to that point of, and I'm not saying who's right or wrong, I'm just this is a side, like, I'm on the sidelines, I'm watching this shit. To me, it's like that I guess it's sad that it gets so bad that there's no communication, right? That they can't call each other, email each other. And maybe they have, and it just didn't work. And so now they're just putting all the business out there on YouTube. And it's like, man, Jesus, like, like, dude, did we get that far bad that we couldn't even resolve this behind closed doors? So that's the sad part of it. And then people get hurt, feelings get hurt, people get hurt. And some people are right, some people are wrong. But the ones that are wrong, they don't see that they're wrong. And you can't convince them otherwise. And it's just like, you just get nowhere, you know. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that don't think like this, and that is, they just can't say, hey, look, I fucked up. I'm wrong. I apologize. I hope that we can salvage this. I recognize what I did wrong, um, and just leave it at that, right? There's a lot of people that just they can't see their own mistakes. Let me go back up here. The chat's blowing up. 650 is here. The shadow two. I'm gonna have to go on there and see, Daniel, because I've seen them at Academy, and it's like they have a red one and a blue one, like the design or whatever. P1 is around 650. No, the ones I've seen at Academy like 1,500 $1,500. Good afternoon, brother. Hey, Twisted Metal. I did see the CZ Dan Winton 10 millimeters. My West. ATF is flying over. ATF. What are you talking about, Faco? What are you talking about? Why is that pricey? One goodie. Hope. Yeah, everyone's good on my end, Twisted, and I hope likewise. But and the thing is that I will leave at their inside. Yeah, totally. And I'm trying to be neutral on this, Heather. So I'm not trying to like get. I'm put my 2 cents in it. But yes, you were right. Once I just kept agging on, dropping the one person. Yeah, and the thing is like, let's just generally talk about a situation like that without focusing on those people, right? One part of it could be is the the drama is what keeps it going, right? The drama is what keeps the attention, keeps the channel going, right? It's like Jerry Springer, right? Like, I mean, you turn into Jerry Springer because it's a shit show. You don't turn to it because it's very informative and very educational and butterflies and happy ending. You turn into Jerry Springer because it's a shit show, right? There's some people that are smart enough to realize that and like, we got something here. Or you got people that just don't know any better, right? And they're like putting all the business out there. And some people are smart. I mean, some people come off crazy in this life, and I'm saying in general, not specifying any of these channels, but just some people come off crazy, and they either don't know that they're crazy, or they know they're crazy, but they're smart about it, right? They use the crazy part to their advantage, right? And those are the ones you have to really be careful with, because they play dumb, they play crazy, but they're smarter than they actually look. And rather than rather than egg that on, my approach, certainly I understand why one side got real defensive, but my approach would have been, don't give into that, say your piece, be done with it, because I agree, Ray. LOL, there's definitely some crazy. Yeah, I'm like, do you know you're crazy, or there's just, or you're just crazy, like smart crazy, if you think you're always right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Daniel. And that's the part of being humble is like, I know that I don't know it all. I'm not right. I am wrong. I do make mistakes. When you acknowledge that, you come off as a humble person, right? But if you sit there and like, no, I'm not wrong. I'll tell you a quick story. When I was growing up, and I was probably 17, 18, maybe 19, I worked at this place, and I can't say. And every time I made a mistake or every time I did something that was wrong or an error, made an error, whatever, right? And my coworker would come to me and I'm like, what was, and I would tell this story and explain. And after a while, she's like, it just sounds like excuses to me. And I'm like, well, no, I just want to let you know, here's what happened, right? And on one end, I was trying to make sense of why I did what I did or what happened. But looking back on that, now I realize she was right because instead of me just saying, hey, you know what, I fucked up, and learn from it and move on, I was I was I was um, trying to explain or justify why I did what I did instead of just taking ownership and say, hey, you know what, I messed up. It's on me. There's no excuses. That is the problem that some people have, where they can't accept or acknowledge that they made a mistake, they were wrong. I'm gonna fix this. Moving forward, I'm not gonna do that anymore, right? And for someone to keep continuing to push at it, bring it up, share, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, I don't understand that. Like, you do realize like you're going like 5 steps backwards, you know? So situations like that, because I've had family that same scenarios, one person doesn't realize that they are a little nutty. I just stay away. I just stay out of it because you can't fix crazy. You can't fix, and I'm not calling anybody crazy. I'm just saying you can't fix crazy. You just can't, and you just have to wash your hands, be done with it. But as long as you keep feeding into it and fighting, even though you're in the right and you should be able to, it just eggs them on to keep coming at you more and more and more. It's like I'm not going to get anywhere. I mean, I can win. I can be right 10 times fold, and this person will still keep coming at me. To me, that's crazy. So anyway, moving on. Hang on, got a little bug on my camera there. I saw some comments. Let me go back up. But nobody's asking me what I think or what my opinion is. So, one brand. I mean, I wish I could sit down and say, okay, you sit down and you sit down here. We're going to settle this, and here's how we do it. you know, if you think, okay, my wife is always right. Now, that is the exception to the rule, secret stuff. My wife is generally smarter than me, usually right. Not all the time, but in the world of keeping the peace and being happy and keeping the wife, I definitely keep the lines of communication open with her, and I'll say, hey, here's my side, but I see your point, and you're right, but I also have an opinion. And you can't tell me how I can feel because she's done that to me plenty of times. You can't tell me how to feel. I'm like, you're right. I've really wised up being married to her for so long now. Best thing to do is stay out of it. Yeah, for sure. Self reflection is not implying the mirror. Yeah, and here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Here's the thing, and this is not to pick on anyone. This is where I've kind of put my foot in my mouth because I give my opinion. When I see, and I've met people that are like single, of young, middle age, older, right? And I'm like, I always say there's a reason why people are single. It's just my observation, but there's also a reason why that person chooses to be single, right? It's different from how I see it, right? But just know that there's always two sides to that mirror, right? Because you're looking at it and say, there's only one side to this. It's what I'm looking at from here to there. But just know there's another side back here that people look at, the back side of the mirror. So, but I've learned just to keep my stay out of that mess. Yep. Today's third. No, tomorrow's Thursday. Woohoo! We're closer to the weekend. Yep, yep. And what else is going on, people? What's going on, my people? Now a good trick is to egg someone on until they. A good example of that secret stuff. Have you seen? Damn, why can't I remember these movies? On Netflix, there's a movie. It's like a hitman movie. I've seen it like a dozen times. And the main guy, he ends up wearing a patch. Um, Anybody know that movie? He's a hitman. He's gonna retire, but the company that employs him, they don't want to pay him. And he goes through this journey, and they're after him. And then by the end of the movie, he has a patch on. I'll say that much. Has anyone seen that movie? Otherwise, I'll have to go run inside and see. I should have brought the laptop out here. Anyway, and the point of that was, let me see. Good night, people. All right, Daniel. Sorry to bore you, sir. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your humble appearance. Anyway, in one of the scenes of that movie, the guy, because there's other hit people after this one guy, and so the tables turn, right? And he's like knocking them off one by one, one by one. Well, the house that he was in, he is outside the house, and the remaining hit people are in the house, right? They kind of switch places because he got out of the house, went over to where the guy was, the sniper, the bad sniper, right? Because they're all bad guys, right? But there's always a good bad guy, and he ends up knocking that guy out, and then start picking them off, right? Breaking up a little bit, red. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me know if that's Polar. There you go. The movie Polar on Netflix. I'll give it a second. You're not boring me. Wife said I need a 10-4. Watch it. He kills the news. Yeah. Okay. So the point of that is because in one of the scenes, he's trying to egg that last person and say, hey, stay calm. Audio is breaking up. Damn it. What is going on? Okay. I don't think this microphone needs charging. Let me. Yes, Polar, he does that warehouse scene. Well, not the warehouse scene, but the one over there by the lake. And so he's telling her, stay calm. Don't, don't get all frazzled because unplug an audio, then plug. Okay. Let me know. Can you hear me? Am I? Can you hear me? I wonder what's going on. If not, I'll unplug the. Can you hear me? Let me know. I'll give it a second. My apologies. Let me know if you can hear me. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Still broke up. Weird. Okay, let me unplug this. Okay, I'm just gonna unplug the microphone. Can you hear me loud and clear? Let me know. And if not, it could be the Wi-Fi. So maybe internet's still breaking up. Let me unplug from the Wi-Fi. Hold on. Okay, I unplugged from the Wi-Fi. Let me plug this back up again. Let me know. Netflix is very bad for that's broke up too. It's the Wi-Fi. Okay. Can you hear me now? I got off my Wi-Fi. I'm plugged straight into this. I know some other people had audio issues. Roaming Prepper, your wife bought a scrambler until. Nah, she's in the kitchen right now. I can see her. Anyway, the hitman was telling the other hitman, hit lady, don't be nervous because when you're nervous, you make mistakes. And that's what made me think about what you said. It's like when you keep egging people on, you're egging them on because you're trying to be tactical, strategic about it, because you want them to make a mistake. Because the moment they make a mistake, then you capitalize on that, right? And that could be the motivation there to say, hey, if I egg this person on enough, or better but not scratchy, sound like sandpaper, might be to clean contacts with it. Okay, I will do that. So anyway, um, yeah, don't let people egg you on. I guess that is the message. Don't let people egg you on. Um, so otherwise, let's see what else. Not much else going on. I am glad that y'all are here. I'm gonna try to find something to watch tonight. Relax. Keep up with the news a little bit. It's so much stuff going on, but get some air, breathe, relax with your loved ones. Don't get caught up in the drama. Count your blessings if you wake up, because you're blessed, right? And and let the rest just play out the way it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this now, guys, and check and see what's going on with this audio mic. And y'all have a blessed one, okay? So, Red October.